It's not as good as I remembered it. This is the second video in a row where I've been wrong. But instead of admitting that I'm wrong, even though I am, I'm gonna chalk it up to Mario Party 3 being ahead of its time. That way I'm not outright admitting that I'm wrong, even though I 100% am, and it makes me sound deeply smart and analytical. I still like Mario Party 3, is what I want to say. That's the dream right there, but I don't know if I do. While I certainly appreciate what Mario Party 3 set out to do, whether or not it succeeded with that is up in the air. Mario Party 3 has 6 boards, 8 playable characters, and 71 minigames. What's very impressive here is that all 71 minigames are new. There's not a single reused minigame from Mario Party 1 or Mario Party 2, and at this point in the series, 6 boards becomes the norm, which is plenty, honestly. Before we get to the board rundown of Mario Party 3, I'd like to correct something I said in the Mario Party 1 video. While explaining the different layouts Mario Party boards can have, I said that there were only 3, straight line, circular, and Bostonian. But while doing the research for this video, I concluded there's a 4th type that I hadn't considered, 2 halves. This was bound to happen as theories change with the advent of new research all the time. With that being said, the only board I have to change the description to is Yoshi's Tropical Island, which is a halvesies static starboard. With that out of the way, here's the rundown of the boards. Chilly Waters, Bostonian Star Hunting Board. Lots of junctions here that offer players a ton of choices on where they wind up. Only BS stems from the ice breaking, as the space you wind up should be here, and that there's a 50-50 you lose the rest of your movement when leaving the icy center of the board, resulting in a theoretical infinite. Deep Bloober Sea, halvesies Star Hunting Board. Large board separated into 2 halves by happening spaces in one of the board's gimmicks, which is reminiscent of the flower lottery from Peach's birthday cake. I'm not keen on boards being split into halves, as it usually means it's very hard to get back to the other side, with this board being no exception. Spiny Desert, Bostonian Star Hunting Board. I really want to like this board, but I can't. The gimmick is such a great idea, but the execution of the board is just so subpar. The sand pits become a veritable infinite when 2 or 3 players get swept up, and there just aren't that many junctions where players have a choice on where to go. Woody Woods, Bostonian Star Hunting Board. Takes the gimmick from Luigi's Engine Room and does it much better. All around alright board. Creepy Cavern, halvesies Star Hunting Board. It would work just fine, except the Womp King needlessly complicates matters and the skeleton key door should be 2-way. Also, the Thwomp should always be at both stations. Waluigi's Island, Bostonian Star Hunting Board. Very interesting board that could be perfect if it weren't for the booby trap at the top of the board, and if the 2 drawbridges were instead 2-way bridges that were always active. All the pipes leading back to the start is very reminiscent of Luigi's Engine Room. Dynamite Island is a better take on the Bowser beam from Spaceland, and the island in the top left is just brilliant. An island whose spaces change every turn, that's incredible. But as it stands, it's just alright. All the boards here have the potential to be really good, but most of them contain an extra element that simply ruins them. Now we get to the minigames, where we find out that quantity isn't a substitute for quality. A lot of the minigames here are just downright awful. 22 out of the 71 to be exact. Most either have terrible concepts or flawed executions, with The Beat Goes On possibly being the worst minigame in the entire series. There are still improvements to be seen, however. Each board no longer has its own item and duel minigame, and instead they're chosen like any other minigame. But the single greatest improvement here is the introduction of Game Guy minigames. Land on a Game Guy space and Game Guy brings you to his casino, where he forces you to gamble all your coins on one of his minigames, which comprise of rolling dice, opening a chest, playing roulette, and betting on a Chang Chomp cake eating contest. It's such a great mechanic, and in Mario Party tradition there's a weird minigame here as well. Mario Party 1 had Bumper Ball Maze, Mario Party 2 had Driver's Ed, and Mario Party 3 has Dizzy Dinghies. Dizzy Dinghies is based off of the mechanics in Waterworld, starring Kevin Costner, and becomes available by having 64 minigames unlocked. But why is it here? I don't know. As for the other modes Mario Party 3 has to offer, there's actually quite a few. The single player mode here is fleshed out, and for the first time in the series there's an actual story mode. The story here is that the Millennium Star crash lands and says that the only way to become the top superstar in the universe is to collect 7 star stamps. You play through all 6 Battle Royale boards and duel boards, then play Stardust Battle, and that's it. It's better than Minigame Island and Minigame Coaster, but what really sucks about the story mode is needing to win 6 games of Mario Party. Mario Party, as you might know, is notoriously luck-based, and sometimes you just kinda can't win. Regardless, the rewards for beating the story mode are unlocking Waluigi's Island, Backtrack, Stardust Battle, and having the face of the character you beat the story mode with etched into the mountain. The coolest reward, however, is the ability to go to Game Guy's room. This is only unlocked if you beat the story mode with at least 8 S ranks. Game Guy's room has you play Game Guy minigames at random. You start with 10 coins and try to win as many coins as possible. Win 1,000 coins and you unlock Mario's Puzzle Party Pro. There's also Battle Room, which is pretty much minigame battle from Mario Party 2. Players compete to be the first to win either 3, 5, or 7 minigames. And then there's Free Play Information, which is just a way to free play any minigame that you want. Then we have Duel Mode. Duel Mode is weird. No, weird isn't the right word. Duel Mode is queer. Yeah, that's better, it's queer. Duel mode goes something like this. You and your buddy both pick your character, then Mr. Millennium Star spins round to decide who goes first. Then you and your buddy each get a partner, which is decided by which character you chose, which means duel mode has a tier list. Here it is. A standard game in duel mode is 20 turns. The game either ends after the 20 turns or if a player loses all 5 of their heart pieces. You lose heart pieces through battle. Battles happen when a player rolls into the other. The partner in front, back if you reverse rolled into the player, attacks either the other player or their rear partner, front if you reverse rolled into them. The attack number of the attacker is subtracted from the defender's health. If that doesn't make sense or sounds convoluted to you, you understand the main issue with this mode. Every time you get back to your start, Mr. Millennium Star gives you 10 coins and lets you pick a new partner. Minigames happen not after every turn, but when a minigame space is landed on or when Belltop is passed 5 times. There's 6 boards here, but they're all lame and dumb and don't warrant me ranking them. Backtrack, Mr. Mover, Arrowhead, Gate Guide, Pipe Squeak, Blowhard. It's not all that great, and it's just queer, honestly. I don't understand why Hudson Soft bothered with this. Why not fix the inherent flaws in the game instead of making a queer extra mode? Speaking of inherent flaws, it's time to go over the pros and cons of Mario Party 3. Pro. Items are fully realized. On top of introducing 11 new items, players can now hold 3 items at a time, which means items are used a lot more than they were in Mario Party 2. As a result, items are a lot cheaper now. Here's a price comparison. The cheaper prices are for the better, honestly. Mario Party 3 also introduces a second item store, Baby Bowser's Joint, which shows a different selection of items than Toad's Trading Post. It's random whether you get Toad or Baby Bowser when you go to the item store though, which kinda sucks. But the new items introduced are sick. They add a layer of depth to the actual board play, which I adore. The reverse mushroom, for example, is such a big brain item. You can use it on any player and make them move backwards on their next turn. However, when you get to a junction, you can move any way. Check out this big brain play my friend did on Chilly Waters. He uses the reverse mushroom on himself to go visit Boo and steal a star. I love this item more than any other item in the entire series. Pro. Toad and Baby Bowser questionnaires. These randomly occur when players land on item spaces. Instead of getting an item minigame, Toad or Baby Bowser descends from the heavens and asks the player a question to determine the quality of their moral fiber. Answer properly and you'll get 1 to 3 items. Pro. Game Guy. I love gambling and I love Game Guy. Pro. Waluigi, baby! Also, Daisy's here now, but she looks and sounds weird and is just a bad reskin of Peach. Pro. Hidden blocks can now contain items, specifically skeleton keys, magic lamps, Koopa cards, lucky coins, barter boxes, and wacky watches. This also means that there are always 3 hidden blocks in play now. 1 with a star, 1 with 20 coins, and 1 with an item. Pro. Baby Bowser's last 5 turns. Now during the last 5 turns event, either Toad or Baby Bowser can host it. Toad brings in the Millennium Star, who predicts the winner and gives them 10 coins, whereas Baby Bowser brings Bowser in to predict the loser and takes 10 coins from them. It's just so brutal, which properly exemplifies the spirit of Mario Party. Pro. You can fully customize how many turns you want to play. The 4 options are 20, 35, 50, and question mark. Select question mark and you get to choose any multiple of 5 from 10 to 50. This is important as Mario Party needs to be customized to fit the player's fancy. Pro. Handicaps. In a similar way, you can give certain players any amount of stars, up to 9, before the game even starts. While only total dweebs ever use handicaps, it's a nice option to have. Pro. Minigame settings. Like the previous 2 pros, minigame settings are a nice way to customize how you play Mario Party. The 2 minigame sets you can choose from are All Minigames and Easy Minigames. Here are the minigames that comprise the Easy set. Con. Chance Time got nerfed. Toad walks you through Chance Time and randomly chooses in what order everything is decided. There's just no reason why they should have changed Chance Time. It was perfect as it was. Con. Action Time. It's cool in concept, but the controls are finicky and just don't work too well. What it comes down to is that this just doesn't belong in Mario Party. Con. No more.
Oh, I missed.
It was a glorious voice clip that simply doesn't exist in Mario Party 3. On a similar note, Luigi's taunt is now subpar. Here's the new taunt tier list.
Number 8.
Wario. Super stinky.
Number 7.
Mario. Less stinky.
Number 6.
Luigi. Like Mario's, but more nasally.
Number 5.
Waluigi. Long, but tolerable.
Number 4.
Yoshi. Sounds phoned in, but inhuman noises are just naturally too good.
Number 3.
DK. Manic monkey noises are still here, thank God.
Number 2.
Daisy. A genuinely maddening taunt.
Number 1.
Peach. It's actually a screech and takes up the mantle of Luigi's godlike taunt from Mario Party 2. The only consolation to Luigi's fall from grace is that he's dummy thick now. Con. You still can't duel for stars. Con. Hidden blocks still move after they're found. It's exaggerated in Mario Party 3 as there are now 3 hidden blocks on the board at all times. Con. Baby Bowser is no longer on the board. I missed him.
I missed him a lot today.
And that is Mario Party 3. It's an example of less than the sum of its parts, as it does a bunch of these really cool things, many of which never brought back, but fails as a whole on account of a bunch of really shitty minigames and just poorly constructed boards. Playing through the story mode, I was genuinely disappointed by how close to excellence the entire game is. While it's not nearly as good as Mario Party 2, it still beats out Mario Party 1, so here's the current ranking of the Mario Party games. With that being said, there's still a lot of stuff to be salvaged here. Game guide, the ability to carry 3 items, Toad and Baby Bowser questionnaires, hidden blocks with items, the ability to customize how many turns a game is, handicaps, and minigame settings. And the minigames we'll salvage this time around are Tick-Tock Hop and 3-Door Monty. Tick-Tock Hop is just a top-tier duel minigame, and 3-Door Monty is just a really good memory and reaction minigame. Next time we'll be looking at Mario Party 4, the first entry on the GameCube, and as much as I want to make a bold statement on what I remember about the game, I also don't want to be wrong, so I won't. And for clerical reasons, here's the compiled list of all salvage mechanics and minigames. Take care.